Welcome to the Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel in my house of chumps, me and Akeem. I'm here with Ahmed. Ahmed, you just won our UDS. What were you playing?
I was playing a really weird Burning Abyss deck.
Alright, have you played it like this before?
I just tried something new. I just wanted to see how it would compete against the meta. So I just tried out some certain cards that I think would be good against what's going on with Thunder Dragons and Sky Strikers and all that going around.
Alright, so we'll take a look at what you have built and then I'll ask you about your matchups, alright?
Alright.
Alright, cool. Let's take a look.
Alright, so of course, with any Burning Abyss deck, the best card is going to be, of course, Rhino.
Can you turn that upside down?
Sure.
Alright. So maybe turn all the cards over in your hand.
Yeah, I'll do that. So Rhino is definitely the best card in the deck. Gives you access to all the Burning Abyss cards, but also any Fiend. So that's a really good thing to mention because I'm going to tell you why later on. But so of course we play, we play the Graph, we play the Libic, we play the Calcab, we play 2 Skarms, and we play 2 Farfas. So Skarms and Farfas. If you don't know what they are, they all have a unique effect, especially from your hand when you have no spells and traps. This guy specials from the deck. This guy specials from the hand, negating their effect. This bounces up your opponent's set back row. This guy at the end phase lets you add cards from a dark level 3 fiend from your deck, and this banishes any monster, regardless of positioning, and returns it back to the end phase in the same position.
Alrighty.
So then we also have Unleash and Negates. This guy is just a name, so you just special because you can only activate each of their effects once per turn.
Just curious, because you have Rubik, could you play Virgil?
No, I really wanted to play it just in case I ran out of Unicorn, but actually it was kind of tight on space.
Okay.
So that was kind of sad. Seer, definitely one of the best Burning Abyss. Really, that helps you recycle Dante and all that back. This is, so you win in time. Barbar. And then we have a good old Tour Guide, which is not a Burning Abyss card, but, might as well be for the sake of the deck. 2
level 3s that don't kill themselves is never a bad thing for a BA deck.
Yeah, it's always good. And then you could always use it to make a Borrel Sword if you really don't have the extra decks, the space. If you run out of Boiling 2s, it's just a different name, which is pretty handy. So now I also included to play, I played at 1 Jackalope. Now most people you see probably play 2 or more, but the reason why I only played 1 was because I really didn't like drawing multiple of these. And also because I play Orbital. So this card says that when I summon it, I need to have 5 or more monsters with different names. And if I have any extra copies, I can summon it. And when I mill, right, to pop a card on the field, like the top 3, if there are any duplicates, it wouldn't pop. So I found myself not really wanting that to happen so often. And because it specials from the deck if I discard it. So that's why I had to really consider that. Now, in regards to Toshinoko, Toshinoko was guaranteed if I ever had it in my hand, I would always special it. So if I had any level 3 monster, it was a really easy Dante and plus drawing. But to be honest, I probably would take out the dangers altogether just because I play a lot of cards like Blackluster Soldier, like a lot of monsters that you to summon from the hand. And I found myself having a decent enough hand to not need these, but needing them to make Dante. So it was kind of, but I mean, there's only so many monsters that special on their own like that. So maybe I would play Junk Forwards, maybe.
Gallus?
So I played Gallus, but I played only 2 Gallus for the same reason, even though it's the best one, but because Gallus was really good, because you play a whole bunch of, I played 44 cards and 41 of them were monsters, so this card is really good because you just special it for free, and as long as you don't hit Sekka's Light, which does happen more than you could imagine, this card is really good, especially since it burns a lot because I play a lot of high level monsters, so you burn for 1600 or whatever amount is really good. But the main reason you just use it is just for some to make Dante or whatever. And then I played 1 Terratop and 1 Tecton board. These guys are really good. If you draw this guy, free Dante. And you might say well, is it worth it to have it when it's at 1? Yes, because even if you draw this, you can summon this and you special summon any of these guys. Or
I was thinking your level 3 random monsters are pretty limited. So far, anyway.
Well, I never really had much of a problem. I'm going to show you also another level 3 extender that I had, which no one plays, but I play Defrag Dragon. So this card is going to be something that you probably don't know. So its effect is basically like the Tricky. You discard a monster and you special summon it from your hand. And if you have 3 or more monsters with the same name in the graveyard, you can banish them to summon it from the graveyard. You don't really use that effect. You mainly use it for the first effect, the discarding the special, which is really good because sometimes I've even discarded Seer to special summon this guy and then bring back a Dante or whatever. And also, sometimes you draw really bad hands. So the fact that you could put cards into the graveyard and then special summoning this is really good if you want to summon like chaos monsters, which is really handy. And I used to play this back when Malicious was at 3 in Sulcus, and it was really good. So I played 1 Levenair. I was playing 2 at one point, and then I played 1 and 1 Eclipse Wyvern. But I ended up just choosing just playing it just that 1. If I drew it, it was great. If I didn't draw it, it is what it is. And then, of course, you need to play 2 Kaijus, because the worst deck against this deck, the hardest matchup is Sky Striker. So me being able to have an out to all the back row, really handy. This deck goes through back row very easily, but could get disrupted even easier. So that's something to keep in mind. Of course, the best monster in the deck, Fairy Tail Snow. And then we have 1 Seraphs. This card actually saved me so many games when I'm about to get Effect Veilered or Impermanenced, or if I got anything that really targeted, even Unicorn. This card was a real lifesaver.
Don't want to play it more? I know obviously you're playing low counts just because of Orbital Hydrolander, but would you play more? Is it good enough to justify drawing it that often?
It's so good that I would love to play more of it. Even playing Eclipse Wyvern to get this card would be amazing. But the problem with this card is that despite it being really good, it's very hard. You can brick very easily in this deck. If you draw enough Chaos Monsters or Kaijus or whatever, you'll lose. Okay. So 1 was enough, and I usually held it for a real long time until I needed to. Like, if they're going to do something that's going to really hurt me, like Widow Anchor me or whatever, this card is a real godsend. So then now we played 2 BLS. Now, maybe something I might try 3 Blockbuster Soldiers, but at the moment 2 was fine. I've drawn, there were times where I even drew 2 of these and I would just summon them both and then just like OTK, so it was kind of crazy.
I haven't seen a lot of light monsters yet.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna get to, so the light monsters that I play besides in the extra deck, I play these janky lights that you probably haven't seen for a long time, or if you haven't played for that long, you wouldn't know what they are. But it's gonna go to the purpose of the deck. So I played 2 Seraph Scepters. So
stick.
Yeah, so the whole stick and chair combo. So the point of this guy is that he's a fairy and he's a light, and that's going to be very important later on. But basically, when he's normal summon, you can add, or special summon, you can get any Star Seraph monster. So you can add to your hand, except for itself, I believe. Yeah, so you can add, except for itself. So that's kind of important. And when it's used for an XYZ, you could pop a card on the field. It gives you the effect of the XYZ monster.
And you draw a card, right?
And you draw a card when you destroy the card. So that is actually going to come in very handy later on. But you don't really need to XYZ in this deck. You could just link them away to make an easy Boros Sword because there's no malicious. And then I played 3 Star Seraph Servanties. So this is the chair part. So its effect is that when you normal summon or special summon another Star Seraph monster, you can bring this guy out. And if you do, you draw a card. And if that card is a Star Seraph, you could special it. And that actually has happened to me in the last the last tournament. So that actually kind of helped out. There was a time when I actually drew 3 of these, and I just normal summoned it, and I just special summoned D2 guys and drew 2 cards, which is not the ideal situation, but it's sometimes you just got to do it.
I guess they're not as bad as bricks as other cards could be.
Yeah, so this is the little janky kind of stuff. Maybe I want to test on the ratios. The reason I'm playing 3 of these and not 3 Sept and 2 of these is because I actually asked the king what he thought about it, and he said that you would rather have these guys in your hand because the only time you want to normal summon the stick is when you have the chair in hand, so it's better to have these guys. Plus, special from the hand is also a necessity. And then this is the card that I played for the format. So I tried out the Sky Scourge Norealis. So its effect says that I need to banish 3 Dark Fiends and 1 Light Fairy. So that could be a Beatrice or a Pilgrim if you bring it out.
Or a stick or a chair.
Or a stick or a chair. So that was the main reason why. And the reason why I thought this was really good is because if you play this against Sky Striker and they can't stop this, you send the whole field and hand to the graveyard, which is a pretty big deal.
All that advantage is gone then.
Yeah, all that advantage is gone. Plus, also, another thing that I liked about it was that if you actually summon this against Thunder Dragons, they actually don't have a real out unless they have a set impermanence or something, because most of the time they don't really have field negations, or they don't play Effect Veiler just to stay consistent. So this card was really good because I've even played against some people sometimes, and I've sent 2 or 3 like Colossuses and a Titan. This card is like nuts. This card is very good, but it's very easy to brick with. So that's why I didn't play 3. I only played 2. And if I milled them to the graveyard, my out for it is the Phantom of Chaos because it's a Dark Fiend. So I could send it with Rhino, and the reason why that's kind of a big deal is because I play Leviair. So Leviair is a rank 3 XYZ that you probably haven't seen in a while, or maybe you've seen it in like the Wario combo. But the whole point is like if I banish the Phantom of Chaos and then I bring it back, I could always bring it back with Leviair if it's banished, and then I could banish the Norealis to blow up the field. So that gives me an out.
So it's a kind of like a way to summon Norlaris with Olivier. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, so it makes it even easier to do it. And then, you know, if you ever banish like the stick, then you could always bring it back with Leviair. And if you have a chair that's already in your hand, you could do the stick and chair combo. And then of course the whole point of the deck is Sekka's Light.
Oh, that card sucks. All right.
Yeah. So this card is really good. Just draw 2 free cards and you shuffle back a card. Yeah, not really much to say, but yeah, so this is pretty good. Like I said, the only thing that I would change in this deck is maybe just the dangers, but overall it was a pretty good solid build. So I'm gonna go straight into the extra deck right now. So like I said, I have Leviair, but I also played, you know, of course, the 1 Beatrice. If I could play more I would, but I can't. 2 Dantes. 2 Dantes was more than enough. And, you know, not much to say about these guys. Deltaros was actually really good.
Yeah, in case you can't see that ghost rare, that is a Satellar Knight Deltaros.
Yeah, so I actually played against a frog deck, and he didn't know what the sticks and chairs did. So I actually opened up, like, not really that good to go against that deck because he had Toad Up, and he had back rows. So I just summoned the stick. I said activate, he didn't respond. I revealed chair, he didn't respond. And, you know, that was just his misplay, but regardless of which, because when these guys come out, right, they go and they special summon the rank. You can make it like an easy like rank 4. So you bring out like these guys, and if you don't know the combo, so the whole idea is that if let's say you have this guy in your hand, so you summon this guy, and then you activate, and then if they have no response to that, you chain this guy. So this is gonna be chain link 2. So you special this, you draw a card, and then afterwards you search. So then you search another chair. And
because the last thing that happened is you just summon a Star Seraph, you can summon this
you special
chair
this,
as well.
You draw another card, so that's 2 free cards. And then when you XYZ, so now if you make Deltaros, you can either pop his card and then you draw an additional card. So that's why the Toad couldn't negate, because Deltaros says on a normal special of a monster, it can't be negated. I mean, they can't activate anything.
They can't act anything in response to the summon of this card.
Yeah, so that was really big. Plus, also, if you, let's say you have Burning Abyss cards that you want to get out of, you want to summon, you can always pop himself to draw the card.
Yeah, and they all kind of replace themselves because of all the searching and drawing.
Yeah, so there's that. So now I played, this is the last XYZ that I played. So this is the Phantom Knight of Breaksword. So this guy is just for if they make like a floodgate or something, like if they play like goes in match or something. So this guy is just an easy out because you can't make Nightmare Phoenix under goes in match. So that's
So he outs goes in match, and the other one, Nightmare Phoenix, is usually used to out Rivalry, right?
Yeah. So that's usually what I do because, you know, she's a fiend or he is a fiend, whatever. So then you played 1 Dante Pilgrim, the Burning Abyss. You'd be surprised how many people don't play this, but it's very good to not play in case you really need to crash Beatrice into something. And so now we'll just talk about... So this is actually the main reason why I even want to play this deck, because this deck makes this very easily. Makes games very simple. That's OTK, which is a really big deal. And plus you play like BLS and all those kind of monsters in Orbital. There's a lot of times when I just summon, I have this and Orbital, and it's just straight 9,000 damage. So you can't really go wrong with that. Then you need to play 1 Borlo Dragon. Didn't really make it, but maybe I believe I should have at one point when I played Sky Strikers to take their the Sky Striker X Link Monster, but
just to avoid the raid coming back.
Yeah, so I guess I need to play against that matchup. Then I played 1 Trisbana just to banish all back row. This is really good against all the guys, Sky Strikers, anything that really plays back rows. And a neat combo, if you don't know, is if you have this and then you reveal a Burning Abyss and you special it, it'll die before it gets banished, and you still banish their back row.
Yeah, Trisbane is not once per turn, right? So you can technically.
Yeah,
trigger it
you
multiple times.
technically you could keep doing that, but also it's really handy the burning effect. You'd be surprised how many times I really look forward to that.
Time in the round.
Yeah.
Alright.
So we play one unicorn. Pretty standard. Really helps against getting over back rows. So you summon first your Phoenix, which is what I play, and then you link your way up to unicorn. That's 2 back rows right there, or whatever is really bothering you. Cerberus, I mean, it's alright, I guess. I just use it because it's a link too. But I guess there are times when sometimes I want to destroy something, the main monsters on the special summon. 1 Undercock Taker and 1, I can't really say his name.
Land Philincus.
Land Philincus. Now, this card, I used it because it points 2 down and it's light. But I'm going to try to test out, but I'm thinking about playing a triple burst dragon. So, where do I have that?
Triple Burst Dragon is a Link 3 that's 2+ effect monsters, I think.
Yeah, so basically this card, the reason I wanted to play it is because I realized how much of a problem Sky Strikers were. And if I have this out, I could just attack into the Link monster and then he won't bring out the annoying Rick. So
yeah, it negates a monster effect or damage step.
Yeah, so that's pretty handy. But I didn't play that, so that's why I'm not showing it right now. And then in regards to the side, I played 2 DD Crows. I was just thinking about, because I got rid of my bells, but these I was playing as a substitute. I was mainly thinking about Sky Strikers to get rid of the Ray or the Engage or whatever the card that was bothering me. I played 2 Effect Veilers. So, because I want to still play Sekka's Light, that's why I didn't put in permanence. So these cards was really good. And Ash, pretty standard, but I usually like to stick to the 2s just because of my orbital and everything. So I wanted to make sure that was consistent. And Majesty Fiends, just in case I play against Alta guys, they really have a tough time playing this, or any deck really that really needs the monster effects like Toad or whatever, like all the frogs. But yeah, so that one is like okay. So I played 1 Pot of Acquisitiveness. So this one is just in case I get called by the grave, so I could just like recycle my cards. It was just a one-of. I never really drew it. Twin Twister was amazing because it blows 2 back rows, but I'll tell you why. But in a minute, because this I use it mainly against Sky Strikers, but I also played this against also as well as against like Altergeist or anything like that. And then I played 3 Hey Trunate. So this card was actually crazy because I played an Altergeist player. I activated this. This basically says that all set cards bounce back to the hand, so they're forced to flip everything. So if I activate this first, basically the rest of my plays are free if I'm playing against Sky Strikers. But in the Altergeist player's case, he activated this, then he activated Spoofing, and he shuffled back his cost because he had no choice at that point. Or actually, he didn't really have to, but he did. And then I chained Twin Twister, and I just like blew his back row. So this card is just really good if you just want to just make them just activate everything.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to know where things are. Also, whatever doesn't get flipped face up is getting bounced, and anything that is, you know where your threats are now.
Yeah, so so the side was actually pretty solid. Maybe I would find something for the Acquisitiveness, but at the moment this was actually pretty decent. Like I said, the only thing I would change would be my danger stuff. But yeah, so this was it was a good build. And in my matches, I lost to 1 Sky Striker player and I lost to another Sky Striker player. So I lost to 2 Sky Strikers. So
there he is. All right.
Yeah, yeah. So these are the people that you lose to.
All right. All right. Anything else you want to add?
Nothing really. Special shout outs to Greg, of course, for recording this. Keem for for his advice and playtesting. Of course, my brother, my locals, KG and Royals, and Kasim, and Danny, and everybody at Royals really, and then everyone at KG, always a big help, and so I had a great time. So yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks. See you next time.
All right, peace.